Whoops. Forgot to add us to the stream. Top of the morning, Niner gang. Hope everybody's doing good today. And I see some of you guys are already in the chat, so I appreciate you guys, man. Thanks to my co-host as well for being here. Always great having David McNiner on. Yeah, man, how are you feeling about today? Are you nervous, confident, nervous and confident? How's it going for you?
Well, when it comes down to it, I fully expect the Eagles to put up a fight. You know, they are a good football team. And, you know, the whole who have they played thing, you play your schedule. That's who you play, and they played a couple good teams. The Cowboys beat them at their own house. They didn't have Jalen Hurts. But when it comes to Jalen Hurts, he's a good QB, but he hasn't proved that he's great like Mahomes or, even Joe Burrow,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
Joe Burrow has proved a couple things the last couple seasons. So, I mean, it's going to be we're, when it comes to matchups, it's even. I mean, honestly, I think we have better linebackers than they do.
oh yeah,
You know,
definitely. That's without
their
question.
their defensive line. I mean, they had a 9-sack game against the Commanders. You know,
Mhm.
and their offensive line isn't that good. So when it comes to their sack numbers, I honestly think their sack numbers are inflated from their strength of schedule.
Yeah, propped up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, Actually, all right. So I'll name off some of the rankings here, guys. Um, well, first of all, NFC Championship. It's great to wake up on this morning and be ready for 49er football. 49ers one game away from the Super Bowl, guys. If we get through Philly, and I'm pretty confident we will. Um, I feel really good about this game, man. You know, there's any given Sunday, anything can happen. So you worry a little bit there. But outside of that, man, like David's talking about, Jalen Hurts, for me, he's still in question. Everybody around the NFL, as far as media goes, they want to national media. They kind of give him his badge of honor already. He's an MVP, this, and that. I'll believe it when I see it. When he is actually put to the test against a really good team, then I'll believe it. As of right now, yet to be determined. We're gonna go over some of the stats. Let me name off some of the rankings right now, just a preview of the game. 49ers, when it comes to offense, are fifth in the league. Eagles are second. And 49ers, number one in the league when it comes to defense. Eagles are third. 49ers are 13th when it comes to passing. Eagles are ninth. When it comes to rushing, the 49ers are seventh. The Eagles are fifth. So there's nothing there that scares me with the Eagles, especially with who they've played. We can say the same thing about the Niners, but when it comes to the Eagles and their rush game, which I think is what most people are worrying about, they have AJ Brown over there now too, so he's helping take the top off the defense a little bit. But when it comes to the rush game, the running quarterback, um, they're still fifth in the league. They're not number one. So even with strength of schedule, they weren't able to accomplish that. So that's promising for the 49ers sake. I'm looking at that, and that gives me hope there. When it comes to Jalen Hurts on the season, he's rushed for almost 800 yards, almost 5 yards on average per rush. Yeah. Is somebody asking you about the jacket?
Yeah.
Let's go through
Well,
some of the comments.
through text message,
Yeah,
but
dude.
yeah, it's
Everybody
old
loves
school.
that
It's a
jacket.
starter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody loves that jacket, man. I love the starters. I remember those. Rafael 5629er in the house as always, man. Appreciate you. Good morning, Niner Gang, Wolfcast, and everyone. What's up, Rafael? Good morning, man. And he says, like and subscribe, everyone. Yes, please. Everybody like and subscribe, please. I would really appreciate it. The more people we can get in here, the better for all of us. Rob D. Art says, bang, bang, Niner Gang. Let's fucking go. Hyped. Sorry for yelling. Oh, David McNiner in the house. Who's that? Who's that guy?
That's me without glasses and my sock hat.
Hell yeah.
Someone told me I look like Stone Cold Steve Austin. I'm like,
Here, let's put it back up.
I
Yeah,
don't know, and I'm not into wrestling, so I'm not sure.
You're just missing the beers, smash them together, and um Rafael has his prediction already. 27-23, 49ers take the win. Got Damian Lee in here. What's up, Damian Lee? Hope you're doing good. Thanks for popping in. Bebop Jones, as always, as well. Niners 12-game win streak and counting. Hell yeah, baby.
Yep.
Let's make it 13 and 14 after this. Um, Jason Niner Smash Massey says, let's fucking go. Game day. Hell yeah, baby. David Villa says, what up, Faithfuls, Wolf and McNiner? Let's go get this win. Niners the best. Hell yeah. I believe it, man. That's why I feel really confident about today. You know, even on the road, the 49ers have proven that they can be that team, man. Game day, fellas. Let's go, says Bebop Jones. Hell yeah. And we
Yep.
got Steve-O Supremo on here. Wolf on Krug. Yeah, guys. I jumped on Krug's show, and Raj invited me to come on his show for a little bit last night. So I went on those two guys' shows, and then Raj ended up on Krug's show as well right before me. So that was pretty cool, man. And Krug was talking about, you know, coming out to Arizona for the Super Bowl, and I told him, hey man, you better invite me to that Airbnb, because he was telling Raj, you got to come over. Maybe we'll have Steve Young over at the Airbnb. I was like, I better get that invite too. Shit. And I told him we'll carpool next time. Willie Rodriguez, let's fucking go. Niners, pluck them birds feathers and cook them, baby. Hell yeah. Like I said, guys, anybody who's new here, appreciate you. But my sister's boyfriend is an Eagles fan. So he said, fly, Eagles, fly. And I can't, I just want to see the heartbreak on his face when it happens. I got to tell her to record his reaction. Because I really don't think Eagles fans understand what they have coming to their house. The way the 49ers, I think a lot of people can make the argument that they play even better on the road than they do at home. So, what do you think? Do you got any thoughts on that, David?
Well, you know, look at what we did last year. We went on the road in the playoffs. We went to Dallas. We sent them packing, you know, which is nothing new now. Then we went to Green Bay, and we sent Karen Rodgers home for the
Karen
fourth
Rodgers
time. For the fourth time.
caught me off guard.
Then we went to Levi's South, and you know there's a whole game of plays that could have went better, but at the same time, there's two highlighted plays that we both know about that make me cringe. But
Yeah.
that game could have gone either way.
He who
You
shall
know,
not be named.
yeah.
Damn it. Yeah, man, I feel you. Larry Krueger actually talked about Kerry Hyder, how Kerry Hyder, when he was being interviewed by Larry Krueger, was talking about how the 49ers, they feel really good about going on the road, and they feel like they just get this whole bonding that's different. You know, they're isolated. It's a lot more isolated than when you're at home. You know, after practice, you're going home, this and that. When the 49ers are on the road, they're isolated, they're staying together, they're spending the night together, they're playing video games together. Like, everything's just very focused and isolated, man. So that's part of the reason the 49ers have success on the road. So I'm looking forward to it, man. Like I said, just over the past years, the 49ers have been consistent. This is like the Eagles' first time here in a long time. So there's just a lot of things that give me confidence when it comes to this matchup. Just like this comment right here. Bebop Jones says, Purdy 2-0 in the playoffs. Hurts 1-1. LOL. Who's the rookie? Who's that rookie over there in Philly, man? That's what I'm saying. That dude hasn't proven anything to me. He couldn't even beat a Jimmy Garoppolo-led offense that only scored, 17 points last year? So,
So the speaking of the playoffs, our team, the core of our team, and the players that we've kept around, that most of them have 8 games under their belt. 8 playoff games.
Postseason, yeah.
And the current Eagles squad, you do have Lane Johnson and Fletcher Cox that have more, but the majority of the players, they have 2 playoff games under their belt. 1 win and a loss last year.
Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
And
Yep.
one win against the Giants team that is still rebuilding. You know, let's be honest, they're rebuilding.
Yeah, they definitely the Giants are a team that exceeded expectations. They're not really a team that's, going to be a world beater. So, I think for the most part everybody was expecting what happened, but I don't know. Maybe that game against the Vikings was a fluke. I don't know. That's pretty interesting, but we all said the Vikings are pretenders, so it's not the biggest
Yeah,
shock in the
yeah,
world.
yeah. The Vikings are frauds. I mean, we all knew that, and the Giants just went and proved it. You know,
Yeah, straight up. Information Man Show says peace and respect. What's up, man? Thanks for tapping in. And Anthony says most Eagles fans think they blowing us out. Yeah, man. I don't understand that. I don't know if they're like the Cowboy fans just trying to basically convince themselves. I don't know really how they feel. I understand there's some confidence with their record and this and that, but the 49ers been doing this. This is your guys' like basically first time around. So where's all this confidence coming from? I don't understand it. I think it's a kind of a front. I don't know. I think they're compensating for something. I think really they're shitting their pants and they have been all week.
well, when it comes to the football teams they've played, we are the best football team they've faced.
Yeah, exactly.
So you know, and we beat the Vikings. The Vikings got beat by the Giants in the first round, guys. Come on, the Vikings. They played good. They played bad. They were all over the place, but they're still the Vikings. They didn't
Yeah,
do anything.
I'm gonna double check that score. I forgot what the score was. 24-7 um in the defeat to the Vikings over the Vikings. 24-7. Interesting.
Yep. And
B block.
the Eagles beat the Lions by what, 3 points? And,
Yeah,
the Lions were a
they're-
better team this year, but they didn't even make the playoffs. And
yeah,
you can look through and pick through their schedule and say bad things. You can say something bad about our team when we lost to the Bears, but truth be told, we weren't in mid-season form yet. It's the beginning of the
yeah.
season. Always seems to take us 6, 7 games to get going. You
Yeah,
know,
I hope next year is not that same case. I'm not a big fan of starting the season like that.
3-4, and last year 3-5.
Yeah,
You
let's
know,
start it.
I'm
Let's
I'm
start
not a
it.
fan of starting it either because it makes it affected our playoff seeding. If
Yeah,
we would have won one of those losses, we would be sitting at the first seed, and Philly would be coming to San Francisco.
yeah, straight up.
Yep.
Speaking of the wins and losses, let's go over um, some of the key games that the Eagles have had this season. Just because of course, the argument a lot of their fans use is who have they faced when it comes to the 49ers. So let's go over this real quick. Against the 7-10 Browns, the Eagles barely squeaked out a win, very first game of the season. So there was some rust there. I know we talked about when the season first started that just everybody came out looking like like it was their first game in the NFL. And like all across the league, all the games were super ugly. So a little understandable there. 21-20 against the Browns. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt there. You pointed out, like we said, the Eagles versus Lions, 38-35. Another really close game. They had a close game against the Jaguars, who are 9-8. 21-29. Eagles got the victory. But of course, let's highlight this one again. This one's one of my favorites to point out is the Eagles versus Cardinals, the 4-13 Cardinals, 20-17, guys, with Jalen Hurts. Now, if that defense in the Cardinals could limit the Eagles to 20 points, what do you think the Niners are going to do to them? Come on, man.
That's
I know
true.
the 49ers had to be watching that tape. They better have taken a look at that tape as well, just to see schematically what the Cardinals did because they don't have the X factor players that the 49ers do on defense. So the fact that they can do that with the limited amount of talent they have over there in Arizona, um,
Hmm.
outside of myself, Just kidding. um, and then well, no, the Bears was I won't count that one because I was with no, that was with Jalen Hurts, 25-20 between the 3-14 Bears versus the Eagles was 25-20. Close game right there too.
And
So
the Bears beat us, but we actually beat ourselves in that game. 12 penalties for over 100 yards. We kept making bad penalties on third when we had them 3 and out and giving them first downs. It was we were. It just looks like we weren't even prepared to play that game, to be honest with you.
no, I think just Kyle Shanahan playing way too conservative when you had a baller like Trey Lance at the quarterback position, and he just would not put the game in Trey Lance's hands till that was it the what do they call it? Not the monsoon. Is that what they call it? A monsoon? Started pouring
Yeah, it
down
was.
rain.
It just started pouring, and he started to try to throw the ball around. It's like, dude, you should have done that earlier.
Yeah. And you don't even have to do it that much. It's just you could have given Trey Lance just a few more shots, man, in the first half, especially before you put so much on Elijah Mitchell. He got hurt in the first half of the first game of the season, and Trey Lance was making some beautiful passes in that game. So I don't understand why he didn't just let Trey Lance go out there and do his thing a little more. I think a great example would be Brock Purdy versus Jalen Hurts in 2019. These guys played in college in 2019 when Brock Purdy was just a sophomore, a true sophomore. Um, Brock Purdy led his team Iowa State against OU from a 28-7 deficit, and at that point, you kind of just seen Brock Purdy's talent take over from there. Like, hey, the game is in my hands now. We're throwing this game plan out the window. It's not working. We're down 28-7. I'm gonna go out there and sling the rock now. And this dude comes back and leads almost a game-winning comeback, 41-42. Just loses because of 2-point conversion that they miss on at the very end of the game. But I don't know. That was super impressive, man. So if it comes to a shootout, I feel really good in Brock Purdy, and I feel really good about our defense. But we'll just have to wait and find out, man. Anthony
Yep.
said would have been in Super Bowl last year if Tart doesn't drop that easy pick. Yeah, he knows what we're talking about earlier. We got Caretaker in here. What's up, Caretaker? Thanks for being here and being the caretaker. Thanks for being the caretaker. Um, It's game day, y'all. Hell yeah. Anthony says, we just have to weather the first half storm. We always been a second half team. Eagles will come out trying to score fast. I want to go out. I want to tap into that a little bit. Do you have any thoughts on the first half, the first drive? Because I definitely have some thoughts when it comes to that. If you want to go first, go ahead. If not,
And we're talking about the Cowboys game.
no. Just how the 49ers are a second half team for the most part. If we can at least kind of
So,
even things out in the first
dude,
half.
we can't give up the early deep shot. And we did that against the Dolphins. We did that against who else? The
Cardinals.
Commanders.
Cardinals.
I believe the Commanders, the Cardinals, and the Seahawks. All did the first drive deep shot. We're gonna burn them right off the bat, type of thing.
Yeah.
And that's something that we cannot give up.
Yeah.
You know, it's something we're susceptible to early in the game, and I'm pretty sure D'Amico Ryans has made adjustments, and our team will be watching out for that, especially against AJ Brown and Devontae Smith.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely. Do those wide receivers worry you at all?
Um, AJ Brown kind of does. I mean, he did go off against us against the Titans, and here he is playing against us in our second game. But back then we had Emmanuel Mosley and Josh Norman. You know, Now
Hmm.
we have Demo Lenore and Javarius Ward. So we have two different corners, and we're probably going to be sprinkling in some Jimmy Ward in that nickel, which don't have a problem with because you know what, he stepped up his coverage nickel wise, and he's been around the ball making some plays a lot the last couple weeks.
Yeah, I'm
So
looking for
it's
him.
been good to see, but at the same time, we need someone in there that can actually cover Devontae Smith in the slot,
Yeah.
or maybe they'll even put AJ Brown in the slot. We don't know what they're going to do yet. We'll see.
Yeah, we
But
need
they have their tight end Goddard,
yeah.
but we have our linebacker Fred Warner.
Yeah, Dallas Goddard actually he hasn't even been able to put up the same stats as what's his name? Why am I forgetting his name right now from the Cowboys? The
Schultz,
Dalton Schultz, yeah.
Dalton Schultz.
Yeah, Dalton Schultz, he wasn't even able to put up the same numbers, and the 49ers basically excluded um Dalton Schultz from the game last week. So I feel very good about Dallas Goddard not really making an impact today. Those other receivers might open it up a little bit for him, but all the Cowboys were doing was just hitting CD Lamb underneath, like, you know, death by a thousand paper cuts, trying to do that type of stuff. Dink and dunk to CD Lamb the whole game was basically their game plan, which is the stuff that the 49ers defensively, they'll give you all the underneath stuff. And then once the field gets condensed in the red zone, that's really where they make their really impressive stops, man. So um, I'm curious to see how that's going to pan out today. But when it comes to the first half, like Anthony's talking about right here, man, I start to think about the very first drive of the game. Kyle Shanahan usually has some really good dialed up scripted first drives of the game. Typically we'll score a touchdown. Now this game, everybody wants to attack what we see as the weakness on the Eagles defense, which is the rushing attack. Not the pass rush, but the on the attack. And so I'm curious, man, and I want to know what you think, David. I wonder if the 49ers would just come out and run the ball all the way down the field every single play on the very first drive of the game, just to kind of set the tone and basically show that they can score on the Eagles with just the run game and just demoralize their defense. Do you think that's a possibility?
That would be a fantastic plan because that would set up the play action pass too.
Yeah, there's that exactly. So that's what I'm saying. You know, like even last week, at towards the end of the game, Kyle Juszczyk talks about how towards the end of the game on the sideline, he told Kyle Shanahan, "Hey, well, not just him, some of the other players were like, hey, we just want to run it down their throats. We don't want none of this fancy shit. We don't want, you know, pulling guards, all that cute stuff. We just want to run it down their throats." And that's what the 49ers did at the end of the game. Kyle Shanahan said he gave them what they wanted. And even when it went back to against the Seahawks, a lot of people talked about how when Deebo Samuel got his leg yanked, you know, the unsportsmanlike conduct by one of the Seahawks defenders, that really riled up the team. And part of that was Kyle Shanahan. He went onto the field, he shoulder bumped some of the players on his way back through the scuffle there. And Joe Staley was talking about it. He said, man, yeah, once you see Kyle Shanahan on the field, man, and you see him fired up like that, you know, he said he called it. There's going to be, what is it, 6 straight running plays, and it's just going to be down your throat. And then on the next series, it's going to be 2 more run plays and a play action shot. He said he called it to a T, that's exactly what happened. He said he knew that he was going to get real physical with the Seahawks because he was pissed, he was fired up, and he wanted to take it right to them. No bullshit, just straight down their throats, score, and then use the play action game off that later on. So I thought that was pretty cool, and we'll see how Kyle Shanahan's demeanor is coming into this game as well, because got a younger coach
Hey,
over there on the other side.
dude, I'd love to see us run the ball the entire first drive and score a touchdown off of it, and just eat that clock and keep their defense on the field to start to wear them out. That's what I would love to see
Speaking
because
of,
it would be very demoralizing to their defense if we were able to do that.
oh yeah, yes sir. Speaking of, Tevin Coleman was activated. He was elevated from the practice squad. So, uh-oh, we're probably going to see some JP Mason in this game. And everybody keeps calling him Jordan Mason. It's JP Mason, guys. He wants to be called JP Mason. He stated it in the beginning of the season. So, respectfully to him, call him JP Mason. Yeah, man, I think we're going to get to see him in the first half if the 49ers do what we're talking about, if they take the ball and start running it down the Eagles' throats. So I'd be pretty pumped to see that because especially if we have a game plan like that, you don't want to put too much on CMC and Elijah Mitchell. I feel like that's almost a second half thing. Once that run game gets going, do the play action stuff with Mitchell and CMC, especially CMC, because he can run routes really nicely. And we'll see if they put him in the slot today.
And Kittle against their linebackers. I mean, they have what Hassan Reddick, who's good at rushing the passer. You know,
Mm-hmm. That's what they're known
and
for.
who do they got to cover Kittle?
Nobody.
That's
None.
exactly it.
None of their
I expect him
linebackers.
to eat this game. I expect him to eat.
That and Ross Dwelly was active last game. And I think just because the game was so close, they were not, and the defense of the Cowboys playing pretty damn good. They didn't get Dwelly open like I thought they would. I thought he'd get a pretty big play action shot or something like that, something where he would leak out, like we've seen in the past. And
Mm-hmm.
Dwelly's a really great wide receiver. He's a tight end, but he's really good at being a wide receiver. And so I was expecting that all game. It didn't happen. So I was surprised. So we'll see if it happens this game against the Eagles, because he was over Tyler Croft last week. So that was pretty cool. Been calling
That actually surprised me too, because Croft's been the better tight end so far this season. But it
blocking
has to do
tight
with
end.
100% has to do with matchups. Charlie Warner's he'll come in and he'll block someone, and he's not terrible at being a pass catcher, but he's not elite either. So
Oh my God.
that that's something that we could definitely improve on in the future.
I forget if it was the Bears game. I remember Charlie Warner was the one that everybody was pissed off about. I think he dropped a pass or something. I know he did something earlier in the season, and I was pretty surprised because he was activated over Ross Dwelly. I was like, oh my god. Oh yeah. We were all talking about it. It's like, why are you taking deep shots to Charlie Warner? And you remember he didn't catch it? I think it was against the Bears. We're like, dude, why is he active over Ross Dwelly, who's the better receiver? Now, allegedly, Charlie Warner and Tyler Croft, these guys are better at blocking than Ross Dwelly. But when it comes to play action, you want Ross Dwelly in there. That dude, his wingspan, his catch radius is off the chain, and his hands are elite.
Shout out to CG. He's in the chat. He just pointed out that their nickel corner, Avante Maddox, is the most penalized QB, and
CB.
he's well, yeah, CB, and he's going to be playing against Juwan Jennings, who likes to piss off the defensive back.
Yeah.
So that this should be good.
Yeah. Shout out CG for that one, man. Yeah, I'm way behind on the comments. I'm gonna get to that in a bit. Rafael 5629er says, I want to see a 49ers special teams touchdown. Yeah, man, that'd be great. Ray McLeod, I loved how he bounced back last week. Even though he had that fumble on the punt return, which can't do that, man. He hasn't done it all regular season. We were kind of holding our breath every time he'd get a punt return because he was known for fumbles. He didn't do it all regular season, so I was really surprised. Now we wait till the postseason. Now he wants to do that. I don't think so, buddy. Now is not the time. If he does it again, I think Kyle Shanahan's not going to hesitate, and I don't think he should hesitate to put Deebo Samuel back there instead.
I forgot I had Noah's picture on my audio avatar. Shout out to Noah.
Is that what you put it up for?
No, I just forgot I even had it on. It's still on my StreamYard. I have it for my YouTube avatar too if I need it, you know. But I forgot I still had that on. That's funny.
Do you have any thoughts on that? I know Brian's gonna love that about special teams touchdown. That'd be really cool.
I would love to see a Ray McLeod return for a touchdown.
Yep.
It would be it would be so fantastic. It's not funny, you know. And I mean anything, even a pump fake. How long has it been since I've seen the Niners do a pump fake?
Oh
You
my
know,
god. When
so
you
just
when you
pull
find
pull
out, let me
something
know because
out.
I don't remember.
I honestly don't remember it either. You know, I don't remember Shanahan ever having them do a punt fake. So you know, it just at some point it would be nice to see him pull some sort of rabbit out of their hat.
Yeah.
And you know, we got that shiny new friggin' special teams coordinator, and so far he hasn't done anything great. I mean, we're still court down at the bottom of the league in return coverage, but you know we got a good punter, and hopefully we don't have to use him much. And Robbie Gold's good in the playoffs, so hopefully we got a lot going for us there. You know, did you see Greg Odom? I guess he got in a car wreck. I
Yeah.
haven't looked into it, but I've been hearing things about it.
Yeah.
And he's all right, but his car's trashed. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. He'll get that taken care of with insurance.
Yep.
Um, yeah, man, you brought up a great point about our special teams covering kick returns. They've been giving up some big plays when it comes to the kickoff return stuff. That's where it's really cool to see guys like Womack and what's his name, Danny Gray, get down the field and make those tackles. But if you're overshooting your your assignment, then you can't be doing that. We got to keep contained as well. Not saying it's them, but the special teams overall, you can't just be running past these guys and allowing big returns like that. Now, Ray McLeod, like I said, he bounced back after his fumble last week, almost broke one for a touchdown. That was so close, man. So we'll see if he could do it today. Hopefully, man, we're
Hey,
behind him.
Danny Gray's been playing the gunner position. Excellent. The guy's been down the field making tackles, and
Yeah,
hopefully we'll see him down there making more plays. You know,
yeah, that'd be badass.
I'd like to see him get a play or two on offense myself, like an end around or
Oh yeah.
an end around with him would be great. You
Uh,
know,
yeah, especially against somebody like the Eagles, that'd be the trick up their sleeve. Like Danny Gray he hasn't been utilized all season, like at all, outside of like one or two plays. So to catch the Eagles off guard, that'd be a really cool thing to see. Even Ray. We got Brian Colpin here. Brian, if you're still in here, man, check your DMs on Twitter. I messaged you, so if you haven't checked it, check it out, man. Roy Estrada says Ray Estrada or Roy Estrada. I can't see if that's an A or an O. It's too small.
it's a Roy.
Okay. You sure? Oh
Yep,
yeah, it's
it's a
Roy.
no.
Okay. Good luck. Lifelong Cowboys fan giving flowers to Purdy. What a great story. Yeah, I remember you, Roy Estrada. You've been here a few times, man. Appreciate it. Don't fool yourselves. Cowboys hate the Eagles. Lassoing them Eagles is what they want to do. Um, Brian says to Raphael, getting ready for the game, make some homemade pizzas. That's what's up, man. Taking a page out of Bashar's book. Steve O Supremo says that Philly guy on Jesse's show changed his score from 12 or 13. What? His score to 12 or 13. LOL. He's just picking numbers. You can only get those numbers a certain way, and he couldn't bet his beard. That dude is acting like a straight mark. Did you watch that show? The Eagles fan on Jesse
Mm-mm.
Naylor's show, Last Second Sports.
I didn't. I've seen so many Eagles fans that on streams that it's like, man, can there be more? And they're all saying, "Oh, we got the better team. We got the better this, the better that, the better this, the better that. We're gonna beat you guys." It's like, um, okay. Then I actually saw a guy, and he just does sports casting, and he's like, "I'm unbiased, and I have the Niners winning this game."
Yeah.
And it was like, and it's just been different. Niners fans picking the Niners, Eagles fans picking the Eagles. What else do you expect, right?
Straight up. Well, yeah, he was getting everybody riled up in the chat, man. It was pretty funny, but he's picking a ridiculous score. He was saying like Eagles 31-12. Like what the fuck? Who do you think is coming to town? You think you have the damn Giants coming to town or something? We're not the
Guess
fucking
so.
Giants, dude. Better come correct. And we got
Hey,
a
their
badass.
losses are all their losses are against top 10 defenses, and we have the top defense. And then
Exactly.
the Eagles will quick to point out, well, yards per game, you're only like 1 yard different. Points per game, you allowed 377 on the season. We allowed 277.
There
So
you
yeah,
go.
there's a big difference between your and our defense.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. CG Ruthless, what's up, man? Good to see you in here, man. Everybody go check out CG Ruthless Sports Network as well. I know he has his 49ers Talk channel as well. So you guys go check him out, look him up, CG Ruthless 49ers Talk or Sports Network or both. That'd be cool, man. I'd appreciate it. He's a cool dude. He says expect pre-snap motion where Eagles defense struggles. Yeah, man. This is something I brought up earlier in the week. The Eagles, when it comes to pre-snap motion, whenever a team has gone against them and utilized it, the Eagles defense has gone from like a top 5 defense to a bottom a bottom defense, like no like 21st in the league. So who specializes in that? We got a cool ass dude backstage. I'm gonna bring him up real quick. What's up, Brian?
Hey guys, I don't know if my audio is working okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
can
you're
hear
good.
you. You're good.
Good to see you, man. Thanks for
Thanks,
popping
guys.
in. Thanks for popping in. So we're bringing up something that CG's mentioning here, that the Eagles defense, when it comes to pre-snap motion, they drop from a top 5 defense to like 21st in the league. And Kyle Shanahan specializes in this kind of stuff. So I'm expecting to see it, even though our team loves to run, just take the rock and run it down teams' throats. I think Kyle Shanahan is going to come out and scheme out some pre-snap motions that are just going to blow the Eagles' minds and really take advantage of their susceptibility to that motion.
Um,
Go
pre-snap
ahead.
pre-snap motions is half of our offense.
Exactly.
I mean, half the plays we play on offense, pre-snap motion. Now, he might go 3/4 pre-snap motions, knowing what he knows.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, guys. So I'm a little late. I've been listening a little bit. The Pacific California time throws me off a little bit when you throw down the link. But
I feel you.
I'm doing a little bit of morning prep for my mini party. Not gonna have too many people over. Just good family and
Jalapeno poppers.
we're gonna make some. We've done that before, but today we're gonna make. I'm taking a couple notes from Bashar. I'm making
Yeah.
some. I'm making some homemade pizzas for the last couple weekends. So
Hell
we've been
yeah.
running with it. So I'm gonna just keep the rhythm going. Every playoff game, I've been running to Walmart early in the morning.
Mm.
2 weeks ago, it was hailing. Not hailing, but pouring cats and dogs outside. And me and Lily, my little girl, we run inside with our Niner gear, and we've been doing it the last 3 weeks. So we're everything we can do, man. I'm not superstitious or anything, but I'm just super pumped for the day.
Yeah.
And I'm excited. I think we have a really, really good chance. We have, I'm going to be honest, I think we have a 50-50 chance. I think they got a 50-50 shot and we got a 50-50 shot. I really, you could say they're a better roster. We can say we're a better roster. It's really just getting into a pissing war at that point. It really is. Their sacks, they got like 20 something sacks in 3 games. I mean, it could happen. You got a bad quarterback or a bad scheme, it can happen. Same thing with interceptions or fumbles. You can stack stats, and we've been saying it on this show. We've been saying it on a lot of shows. Stats don't really matter until you're trying to get into the Hall of Fame, right? So,
yeah,
they don't always
tell the whole story too. And it's fitting, like you said, man. You're having a party. That's for a reason. It shows how pumped up you are about it, man. I wish I was having a party. I don't have the game here at my house. I'm going to the sports bar. So we'll see how the turnout is today with 49er fans. We'll see if there's any Eagles fans. Last week, there was a bunch of Cowboys fans that showed up out of nowhere. They were completely non-existent all season. And then all of a sudden, there was a bunch of Cowboys fans at the sports bar. So I was like, what the fuck is this?
I want to let you guys know something too. Like, again, I'm not a big superstitious guy, but I've been seeing this for a long time. And certain things in my life's happened and it's just been really weird. So like in 2012, when we went to the Super Bowl, I just had a baby girl. And I was super pumped, like the Super Bowl is happening. I had a brand new baby girl. We didn't get the job done. I can't play. I'm not on the team. I can't, I can just root for him. Right. So then 2019, able to watch the game with my family. My dad, we're watching the game together. We thought they were going to win. It just didn't happen. This year, we got a good chance. I'm having a new baby. Again, just things sometimes happens in coincidence for me. And I'm just super pumped. I really am. It's just one of those things. It's like we are on the verge. So my point, I've been looking for that gold bar champagne. The Niner champagne, the bubbly, they make the 5-pack for the 6-pack, and you get that gold one
I thought they only had the whiskey.
So there's a company, I think they're called I got to read the back of the name again. They're Milano. I got to read the back of the bottle again. But I've been looking for this bottle for a long time. I've seen it in Safeway and I've seen it everywhere, and I'm like, man, at the time I'm just like, maybe that's not enough. I don't have it in my wallet right now to purchase it, but it's only like a $30 bottle of wine when you find it.
Oh, it's not bad.
So I'm like super pumped, right? I've been looking for this for like 5 years now. I'm on the website, their email list, and I didn't get an email when they were supposed to restock because they have like a 5-pack bottle or a 6-pack bottle for all our other Super Bowl rings. It's like $250 for all the bottles.
Dang.
And again, I'm not a big wine drinker or really drinker at all, but I wanted that bottle. So when we do win the championship, it could be this year, it could be next year, I'll be ready. That's the bottle I want. I want the gold bottle. So I found the gold bar whiskey. I shared that with everybody. I found it. I'm not opening it up. That's my special occasion too. When we win, it could be this year. It could be 20 years from now. I'm not. I have it. I'm ready. So my brother the other day came to my house, and he found it and he gave it to me. So like, I'm totally blown away. Super stoked. I have the gold bar now, and I have the gold bubbly. And if it happens, I'm gonna put it on video when I pop the bubble. But
shake it up.
Yeah, whenever it happens, it's gonna happen, and I'm super excited. So
he's gonna go full on Daytona 500 race winner,
right? Ricky Bobby style, shake and bake.
Shake and bake. Oh man, that's awesome, man. I have the gold bar whiskey. I just have the bottle right now, but. Man, if you guys take shots during each touchdown or at the end of the game?
Yeah, at the end of the game. See, like that's my whole thing is that bottle, because I found the gold bar first and I was like, okay, if we win the Super Bowl, that's when I open that. And then my brother gives me the gold bubbly, and same thing. When we win the Super Bowl, that's when I'm opening. I'm not doing it anytime before then. I don't care if it sits on the shelf for 20 years. I'm very, very proud to have those bottles. I am. And very thankful.
Well, hopefully it doesn't sit on the shelf very long.
Right. I just want to be, hey, it's there. So it's off my shoulders now. That monkey's off my back. Now it's on the team.
Hands.
You guys go win it.
Yeah, straight up, man. Straight up. I feel that. The caretaker says Hurts had a way better team than Purdy in college, but that's not the case this time. And that's something that Brian talked about. When you take these two rosters, probably I would say the two best rosters in the NFL, you could say they even up in every aspect for the most part. Where the 49ers have some strengths would be the Eagles' weaknesses and vice versa. But where I see the 49ers set themselves apart, of course, the playoff experience, but the X factor experience, man. Every time we need a game from a certain guy, whether it be Juwan Jennings, whether like last game was George Kittle, just one guy that can step up and make a difference out of everybody else, that just sets us over the bar just that little bit to separate us from the other team, like we did against the Cowboys. Every time it could be any one of these players. They're all X factors. Brandon Ayuk could be an X factor. Debo Samuel is damn well an X factor. George Kittle, you got even Juwan Jennings, how physical he is, how CG Ruthless has he's put it in the comments. He could take an advantage of Avante Samuel, his name is right, the nickel corner for the Eagles' defense, and CMC, of course, man. And then Brock Purdy just adds to it with his off-script ability and his ability to scramble and stuff like that. So I think that's where the 49ers are really going to set themselves apart. And that's why I feel so confident. Brian said 50-50. I feel more like 65-35, probably.
I can
60-40.
handle that. I
Yeah.
love it too. I just don't. Again, I want to give the Eagles their respect,
Yeah.
and
Straight up.
either way, we win or lose, I'm probably going to be crying. So I don't want to say I want to get my heart broken. But
Yeah. Crying either way.
yeah,
Yeah, no, I feel you, man. I just everybody's raving and ramping and raving about the Eagles. I got to see it to believe it. I don't think they've really been tested. And the 49ers, we've been here, we've done that over and over again, year in and year out. So I got to see it from the Eagles. I feel confident of the 49ers, even if we were to go against the Chiefs, if Patrick Mahomes were to be healthy. Because we were blow for blow with them, even with Jimmy Garoppolo, and we seen how much further Brock Purdy has taken this offense. So,
and I'm going to take this a little step further. Like sometimes you have a bad game. And
that
yeah, I don't
too.
want, let's just put it off there. Maybe Jimmy comes back, and we're not switching quarterbacks, but just hypothetically speaking, our team with CMC is different. Our team is different. We're running different routes. Everybody's more
Yeah.
confident. Everybody's healthy. That's the difference between this year and last year. So even with a Jimmy G, I would be confident against Kansas City at this point, healthy or not, because that's that game Jimmy wants to win. If he could have
Yeah.
that game back, that's that game. But Brock right now, he's rolling, and let's keep a good thing going.
Yep. Straight up. And the caretaker, thanks for pointing this one out. Like I said earlier, guys, please everybody like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. We're on the brink of 500 subs, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
grab your girlfriend's phone, grab your girlfriend's phone, your mama's phone, your brother's phone when they're not looking. Tell your friends,
There
start a
you
couple
go.
burner accounts. Let's get Wolf to 5. Let's
There
go.
you go. There you go. He says three subs away from 420. Hey, blaze it. But yeah, man, that's really cool, man. We've kind of blown up in the recent months. I
And
just started.
thank you very much, everybody. Everybody who's
Yeah.
probably listening right now, they've heard me in every other platform. Thanks for getting Corey over 100. He's the GOAT. Corey Davis is the GOAT. And if you haven't heard about him, go and like and subscribe to his channel.
Yeah, I'm way behind on the comments. I don't know if he's in here, but shout out to Corey, man. He's awesome. You guys go check him out too. Big shout out to these guys that are on screen right now. They've really helped this channel grow. So thanks to you guys, definitely, man. Got to give you your kudos. You guys have played
Bebop Jones is the GOAT. The GOAT. He's from Pennsylvania, so I hope he's having a good day today.
I didn't know that. I did not know that. That is badass. Bebop,
Bebop,
Jones.
you going to the game?
I think he's watching it with some friends. That's what he told me.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Hopefully with some 49er friends, no Eagles. I heard there's I forget who said it. I think it was Big Mac Sports. I think it was Mac. He said, and I could be totally wrong, but somebody was saying that in Pennsylvania, there's actually a lot more 49er, and outside of Philly, it's a lot more 49er and Cowboy fans out there. So that's kind of weird.
It's crazy when you win Super Bowls, you get fans all over the world.
Yeah, who would have thunk it?
Yeah.
CG Ruthless says Smith won't do much with Lenore there, who actually did well lately. Yeah, Lenore's done really good, man. Where I see Lenore possibly having some problems is at the catch point. That's somewhere where he has struggled. And that's somewhere where, out of watching Devontae Smith, his game, he's really good at that. Attacking the ball at the catch point and coming down with it, strong hands. So even though he's a lanky, skinny, really fast receiver, that can probably get out physicaled when it comes to certain aspects of the game, like run blocking and stuff like that. When it comes to pass catching, man, he tends to come down with the ball, and they toss him up some 50-50 passes. He got the 49ers with one last year, a really deep pass. So we'll see, man. I don't know if they're going to have Mooney Ward shadowing him. I'm pretty sure he's going to be on AJ Brown, or if, Lenore is going to play one side of the field, Mooney Ward the other, and just stick to that. I don't know how they're going to play it today. I'm really curious to see how that pans out.
I think that
But
just really works into people's favors, like for the Niners' favor, really in general. Even if maybe the corners aren't the same guys that was covering him last year, they have Fred, they still have all those other guys, and they're going to be watching all that tape. So the experience that they got against them last year, and that's one thing that I like about the Niners is like they are kind of like a second half team or maybe a second game team. You did this to us in the first quarter and second quarter. You did this to us last game. Well, we adjusted to that, and man, this is gonna be a great game, guys.
I think
Chargers
so.
are gonna have a big game.
I think it's going to be great for us.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, look at how this defense performed. Now, again, they added some more firepower to this, offense, but we've added more firepower to the defense. Last
Mhm.
year, we did really good. I think we held them to 11 points or something like that
Yeah, it was like
last year.
like 11 to 19 or 11 to
Seven,
17 or
it's like
something.
17 to
17 to
11.
11, right?
Yep.
And it was a nail biter. And then what? Bosa got
Yeah,
hurt in the beginning of the game too, didn't he? He got like a concussion.
that was against the Cowboys, I think. Yeah, that was
Not
against
last
the
year,
Cowboys.
not last year in the season.
I don't remember how much Bosa played in the Eagles 49ers game last year.
It was what, Jets, then the Giants, then the Eagles. So he got hurt in the Giants game, I think. So he wasn't a concussion. It was his knee or something, wasn't it?
You have a better
That was
memory than I
20. That
do.
was 2020, and it was his
2020.
ACL.
Okay.
Yeah, because 2020 was the year that everybody was getting hurt. That was Nick Mullins.
Now
That was
I'm going to
that
go
was
back and look. I think he had a concussion though in the beginning of the game. He only played like the first quarter or second quarter, and Bosa got pulled out. It was concussions or ribs.
yeah, check that out because Nick Mullins was in 2020, and that's when everybody was hurt. So I would think it'd be that
Well,
season.
Jimmy played the first couple of
That-
games. He got hurt in I think the Giants game, and then he came out, and that's when everybody started dropping it in MetLife.
And then
That's the-
Carson Wentz was still on the Eagles, and he beat us out. So it could
Yeah,
very possibly be that game. I forgot what I was going to say. Damn it! But
I got y'all tied up. I'm sorry.
no, you're good. You're good. Lenore, that's what it was. So if Lenore, I feel really good about this. He's done really well. He's just a little smaller. That's where I think his issues come out, is just being out physical when it comes to the catch point. We've seen it against Devontae Adams, but we also saw Diamador Lenore's a great ability to stick in coverage and make some good plays as well, because he had a lot of pass breakups on Devontae Adams, who's bigger than Devontae Smith, better catch radius, better all-around receiver. So if Lenore can have some pretty damn good coverage against Devontae Adams, I think he'll have a field day with Devontae Smith. So I feel good about it, man. And I think Mooney Ward is going to get tested and get an interception today to go to the other side. Lenore, I'm not so sure, but that'd be really cool too, of course. He has back-to-back games this season, this postseason. Back-to-back games with an interception does Diamador Lenore. So shout out to him, man. That's badass. I love it for him.
Big time. Big time. People were calling him a bust last year.
Yeah, even this year. Not too long ago, coming out of that Raiders game and stuff like that, he really made some corrections. But it's like, dude, you're going against Devontae Adams, and everybody knows there's no such thing as a shutdown corner in this league anymore. No such thing. So he had his ups and his downs in that Raiders game. But overall, I took a lot of positive feedback from that, I think. CG Ruthless says, and David, feel free to interject. I know we haven't let you talk in a little while. Feel free to throw down any thoughts at any time. CG Ruthless says, I expect Smith not to be too much of a factor. I think AJ Brown will be a factor, but I think Hurts running can be a factor. We'll need to get a quarterback spy on him. Yeah, I think they're going to have to throw a quarterback spy every now and then. I just wouldn't shy too far away from the game plan the Niners had last year. That's, kind of what I go back to. But if there is a spy, I would leave it to like Dre Greenlaw, Aziz Al-Shaair, maybe Hufanga every now and then. Even a defensive lineman that just kind of mirrors Jalen Hurts and keeps him contained. He doesn't let him get too far out to the sideline.
Well, they were saying when he rushes to the sideline to throw, he's not as good as he is in the pocket. So for people saying to keep him contained, that might not do well for us, because if he's sitting back there standing like a Heisman Trophy quarterback, then we can't get to him because their O-line's so dominant. That's not going to work for us. So if we do let him bootleg out a little bit, and that takes a toll on him slowly by getting a little bit of hits on him here and there.
Yeah.
His shoulder isn't 100%. So we definitely got to get hits on the guy. That's going to slow him down. And if he wants to start rushing, that's not going to be a good thing for him either. So honestly, I think we need to make him rush. I think we need to get him out of the pocket, because if we let him just sit back there and then our rush can't get to him, then our pass rush is going to blow assignments. And then the next thing you know, they're going to be completing passes. He only throws like 25 passes a game. So we have to limit it, and we have to stop the run. And I know that's probably everybody's game plan for every game, but that's really what we need to do, is make that guy get out. We need to make him win this game, because when he gets in his head where he has to do everything on his own, that's when he's going to start choking. This is his first championship game. And then out of all the Eagles and the Niners, we've had like, how many guys are returning to this championship game? Like 35 or 40 something guys out of our 53 roster.
Like 17.
And then for their guys, they only have like 7 guys that's been in this game. So it's like,
yeah,
we got the experience. Our team is mature. We're battle tested. This is our game to win. So I know the pressure is on the Eagles because they're home stadium, but I really think the pressure is on the Niners. And I like it when the Niners are the underdog. I think they, us against the world mentality. Let's go take 6.
I think they like it too, man. Straight up.
Well,
David,
when it comes to the Eagles offensive line, I mean, a lot of people are like, oh, they're so good. They're so good. They're susceptible to giving up sacks.
Mm-hmm.
Against a good pass rush, they will give up sacks. Lane Johnson hasn't given up a sack all season. He's given up lots of pressures. And yeah, against the Cowboys, they gave up 5 to 7 sacks. And against a good pass rush, they will give up sacks. So their offensive line is good, but they're not great. And I think with how we pass rush, how we stunt, occasionally sprinkle in a blitz there and there for Hufanga or Greenlaw and, Fred Warner. And let's see what happens. Let's get some pressure on Jalen Hurts. Let's force him to make mistakes.
Exactly.
That's going to be a key.
Yep. Make him be Superman. And we're going to be the kryptonite.
Yeah, I do think you have to make him keep him in the pocket, collapse that pocket. There's something that the 49ers did last week was bull rush. They didn't get too fancy with trying to get around the offensive linemen, just push him back into Jalen Hurts. And on obvious passing, like 3rd and long, obvious passing situations, keep a quarterback spy in the linebacker position who drops back into coverage, but is keeping his eye on the quarterback. So that's my.
Yeah, watch out for Warner. He's going to bait him. Warner's going to trick him.
And that's the thing. I would love to see Fred Warner get a hit on Hurts, but I think he's so great in coverage. He's our best coverage linebacker when dropping back into coverage, that I would rather it be like Greenlaw or Aziz Al-Shaair when they're on the field.
No, but what I'm saying is Warner's going to trick him. He's going to get into his head. He's going to make him think he's going to hit him. He's going to drop back. He's going to make him pay. He's going to come up with an interception. Or he's going to do something to Jalen and get in his head. And then next thing you know, Hurts is going to be standing there shaking his head.
And one thing like Brian's talking about, guys, is like last week against Dak Prescott. What is it? Whack Pick Scott. You see Fred Warner on the broadcast, he's pointing at Dak Prescott in the face. He's pointing at him and smiling at him, giving him what do you call it? Like a sinister smile. Like, hey, I'm coming for that ass.
Mm-hmm.
And that very well possibly could have gotten in his head, man. So
Yep.
because I think that's kind of where somewhere around that point is where the Cowboys just started going.
You know, I think it was after that Debo twist, you know, that kind of changed the tides and stuff like that. It really did. And there was a moment you could see it on the field. The Cowboys just, and they didn't give up, but half the team wasn't playing with the same effort that they were. And then whatever happened, that play at the end, I think they had a better chance last year with their play. I mean, like, you know, geez, I don't know. Dak just dacked, right? You know,
Well,
so
they had the number one offense last year. But let me see. The 49ers held them to less points this year. Now, maybe they got demoralized on the Cowboys offense partially because Tony Pollard went down. I don't know how much of that goes into it. And a lot of people said this would have been a very different game if Tony Pollard was in for the whole game. He wasn't doing shit. He was only average.
He was their only bit of offense at the beginning of the game, and then when he did get hurt, the team was still fighting, but they weren't getting the same effort out of Zeke, you know. And
Yeah,
he's not a third down back, 3 down back anymore. I
yeah,
don't know if he really truly ever was, but I'm not a Cowboy fan, so I'm sorry.
I wouldn't know. Don't ask me.
Yeah.
No, well, Tony Pollard only averaged one more yard per carry than Ezekiel Elliott, and that's not saying much because Ezekiel Elliott was only averaging like 2.6 per carry. So that means Tony Pollard was only averaging like 3.5 per carry, guys. So, and the 49ers, on average, they keep running backs to 3.3 per carry.
Every time
So,
he happened to throw, it was like an interception when it was going to CD Lamb. The only guy who was catching the ball for him was their tight end. And when Pollard went out, they couldn't go back and forth because Zeke wasn't. He was so. I don't know. Like, we'll see how it goes next year. But that's the Cowboys. We got a game today.
yeah, there was actually like a third down pass they did to the why do I keep forgetting the damn word for it? To the sideline to Ezekiel Elliott. It was supposed to be like a screen or a check down. They did to Zeke, and he heard footsteps. I think it was Jimmy Ward was coming for that ass, and he just he just he let that ball fly past him. He kind of tipped it, but he had his eyes on the defender and lost his concentration. Didn't catch the ball because he was scared to get hit. So maybe Tony Pollard, like I said, he would have helped them out a little bit, but he would have not been a game changer because, like I said, he only averaged one more yard per carry than Ezekiel Elliott, guys. He wasn't making that much of a difference. The 49ers have done this all year to running backs. So they're doing the same thing to Tony Pollard. So we can't have that excuse. Like we've said before, we want teams that we're playing to be at their best, to have all their stars because we want to beat them at their best. We don't want no excuses. We don't want to hear all this bullshit about, oh, well, we would have won if this guy. No.
Yeah. We want to beat the best to be the best. And when you're
Yeah.
the best, you don't have to worry about, oh, I didn't win because of this or that. No, I won because I'm the best. And if
Yeah.
you're going to be the best, you bring your best.
I want to be the very best.
No one's ever been.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, there's no real excuses when it comes to injuries. And I mean, you know, look at our squad. We're missing our number 2 corner, Mosley. We're still here. We're
Everybody
still playing.
forgets that.
You know, we were missing Debo over the last several weeks of the season. You know, one of our top wideouts. We still won. Still moving forward.
I'd love to see
You
Debo
know?
have a really big game today. Debo or Kittle's been having great games, CMC, but I think this is Debo's game. You know, like last year's game, he wasn't able. So this game, I think he's healthy. I think we got more people healthy. I think he's going to put everybody in his backpack today.
I think him, and I would add Juwan Jennings to that, man. I think those two guys, their physicality that they both bring to the game is gonna kind of bounce off each other, you know?
Yeah. Jennings
They're gonna
become Mr. Reliable on the side, huh?
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. So his physicality, he's going to be matched up on Avante Maddox, who is just coming back from injury. I think it's a toe injury as well, man. And you know, Juwan Jennings, like David said earlier, he gets corners really pissed off, man. His physicality,
Mm-hmm.
the way he pancakes them to the ground and just doesn't let off his blocks. And so I think
Then he
Juwan
pulls a
Jennings,
Kittle and starts laughing in their face.
yeah,
Yep.
that, and he draws penalties because he pisses people off, man. So I
The
think
the
him.
chat the chat just brought up a good point. The caretaker, thanks for
Oh my
reminding
god,
me.
I'm
I
so far
appreciate you.
behind.
We are on QB3.
Oh, that's who he
So
is?
I don't
We're on
care
three
what
now?
they're if they make injury excuses, I don't care what they say.
I
No,
thought,
Purdy's not he's not quarterback three. He's been on our team and playing like what 8, 12 games now. He's not the rookie anymore. He's a starter. He's number one. We don't have excuses.
yeah, man.
Purdy won't be our excuse. If we lose today and it is because of him, it really isn't his fault. It's the whole team. This is gonna be a win or die team effort.
As
Yep.
long as he doesn't have a stinker, which would seem very well out of character for him. So,
Well, like having
um,
like a pick eight or something like that, like a
yeah,
running in the back end zone.
just a really bad game. But you know, I don't think they're gonna put too much on him. Like even the Cowboys game, I thought they were gonna come out and be more aggressive, like they did in the Seahawks game of the playoffs,
One thing
because
I
they
really sorry, go.
well, Kyle Shanahan has just shown a lot of trust in Brock Purdy ever since he's stepped up, and I feel like they took a step back from that and didn't ask him to do too much against the Cowboys, and I think that's partially what factored into the low scoring game.
What I was gonna say is I really appreciate and admire his demeanor on the field because when he does good, he's not out
Exactly.
there, trying to, be like, I'm the guy, I was it, No, yeah, we seen the King Kong, but that was
Yeah.
after the touchdown. But like what I do mean when he throws the ball and the wide receiver, he's holding the guys accountable. He's not ripping them a new one, but he's holding them accountable. He's playing like a veteran. He's like,
Yeah.
hey guys, we can do this. I threw the ball there. Your job. He's telling guys to run the route, finish the route, like just because
Yeah.
you don't think you're getting the ball, I might give you the ball. So you play, we're playing to the whistle, So this guy, he's got a lot of potential. The ceiling, I think, is really high. I know they
Yeah.
say his athleticism isn't there, but I think he's a gamer and he can think. So we
Oh,
got,
his athleticism is definitely there. He just doesn't have the strongest arm,
yeah.
but that's what adds to just the potential, the ceiling for this team.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Look, if you compare Brock Purdy to Jimmy G, his athleticism is definitely there.
through the
His
roof.
arm is
Oh,
stronger than Jimmy G, and his poise in the pocket is much better than Jimmy G. And I still think it has to do with his previous injuries on why he's kind of jittery in the pocket. I still think the man needs to go see a sports psychologist.
Yeah, and they say too, like when you tear up your knee like that, it takes 2 years to recover. And he went to the Super Bowl the second year, so we can't really say that he was fully recovered or he wasn't. He was playing with a good team. So if he can go there at 50% or 75%, and Purdy's mobile and healthy, and I don't know, I'm not gonna say he can throw further than Jimmy because what I've seen is he doesn't have the same arm strength, but he has the intangibles, he has the desire, and he's going to still try to make it happen. I'm not going to say Jimmy's the best quarterback with the deep ball, no, but Purdy's a little bit weaker on that part, but he's mobile, and I think that's where he makes up for Jimmy because Jimmy
yeah.
don't want to scramble right now. His knee's not there. But Purdy, he'll move around. He'll spin around in a circle. He's not afraid to throw the ball away. I think where Purdy's at, he doesn't care about his percentage as much. He wants the team to win. And I think Jimmy was looking maybe more about what he looked like for another team, maybe.
Maybe. And I don't think it's a fear with Garoppolo. It's like it's just he's not as elusive as Brock Purdy, even if his knee was healthy. Um,
Yeah, because
you
he'll
know,
still
I think
scramble, but there's days where you see he's got the knee brace on, and there's games where he doesn't. So I don't know if there's days he's feeling better or he's not, but he still scrambles. He just can't cut like he used to. And whoever said, "Hey, cut inside when the sideline's right there and try to take a hit on the defender." I mean, come on, Jimmy. I bet that's the biggest. I bet he regrets that ACL injury play
yeah,
more than he does missing Emmanuel Sanders on the Super Bowl.
maybe. When it comes to arm strength,
He actually
I think
outthrew Emmanuel on that play. Emmanuel
yeah,
slowed up.
that's what I'm saying. It's just it seems to me like a problem is just Garoppolo doesn't really set his feet. It seems like he throws his a lot of I think that's what attributes to his quick release. If he kind of throws his passes like it's a jab, you don't have to set your feet. You just kind of do it all from your arm with the quick snap. And so that's why he's really good in this short to intermediate routes. And because he doesn't really set his feet too often, he has trouble with the deep passes. He doesn't put enough on it. So I
And
think it's just bad habit.
what I've noticed too is like, and maybe this is going to go a little bit opposite of what you said. I notice he throws flat footed. So when he's throwing flat footed, he's not pushing off with the top of his toes.
Twisting. Yeah, he's not
And
twisting
twisting.
his back foot.
He's not throwing with the bottom of his legs because
Yeah.
you have to push with your legs. It's not
Yeah.
all upper body strength. So, I totally agree. I totally agree.
Yeah. So I think it got a little better with Brian Greasy coming in too. So man,
He
if
went
he
to
could have
making him practice, crazy big ass balls coming at him and trying to dodge balls in practice. I mean, they're
dodge,
actually doing something other than weird ass yoga.
yeah. What is it? The pocket drill.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
people don't understand what I'm saying. They were literally rolling giant balls like beach balls at the quarterbacks and telling them to move out of the way. That's a defender coming in. Okay.
oh no. You have somebody walk at him.
I mean,
Juan,
seriously.
we're super behind on the comments, and we're gonna try and get out of here soon, man. I know everybody has to get ready for the game, so my apologies, everybody that
No, I
I've
apologize, everybody. I just been super excited. I haven't been on for a while, so I just keep on jumping in. So
no, you're
I'll
good.
slow down.
You're good, man. It's great to have you on. We brought you on for a reason. Guys, if you guys could please throw 4 flame emojis in your comment/question. I'm going to go through a couple of them, and just so you guys could get some specific comments or questions in before we go. The important things, let's get that going, and then we'll get to those as quick as possible so we can start going through this stuff a little faster. We got Juan Jose Real, our resident Raider fan, who always pops in, says, "Good morning, good sirs. It's Champion Sunday. Your defense is a big threat, but your offense is fucking good." Hey, Juan, appreciate you, man. Hope you're having a great day. And if you're watching the game today, I just hope you have a great day all overall, man. Good to see you and hear from you. And he picks the Niners by 7. Always appreciate having you in here, bro.
I'm gonna do it. Shout out Raider Nation for that.
Yeah. Hey, and let me know if you're watching the game with your brother, because his brother is a 49er fan. So that's pretty funny. The two brothers are a 49er and a Raider fan. So let me know if that's going on today. CG Ruthless says, if Purdy avoids getting sacked more than 3 times, we should be fine. Can we at least wear out their defense apart? Yeah, man, I think a big key in the offense today is when we do pass on the play action, especially, is rolling Purdy out of the pocket, getting them away from the pressure, away from their pass rush. Get them going to the right side, man. I think defenses are going to start putting a big emphasis on pressuring Purdy to the left, because he seems to favor that side for whatever reason. As a right-handed quarterback, that is super weird. So I think he needs to start, and maybe they've been saving it schematically. Like maybe Kyle Shanahan's been in his ear like, hey, I got this stuff in the bag. Just keep rolling. Whenever you roll out, roll to the left. That way later on we can take advantage of these defenses rolling to the right. So we'll just see.
Okay,
think,
real quick. I was a third string quarterback in high school, and I'm a
yeah,
right-handed quarterback. I'm a right-handed guy. So when I would roll out to the left, I always felt like I had a little bit more maybe like I could throw the ball quicker to the left side or something like that because there's just a smaller window or something like that. Or
Yeah.
I'm gonna run, right? Playing in high school or playing, backyard football. That's my mentality. And then I always thought if I had to turn to the right and throw across the field or throw towards like, drop it off to somebody, I always thought I had more control and I had more protection over the ball because I can turn to the right and I can shield myself. And so that maybe that's his mentality. That's what I thought. And I've been thinking about that with other people saying it because I typically roll to the left when I throw, and I'm a right-handed quarterback and I throw to the left usually. And I know that's your cardinal sin, but that's what I usually do. And I'm not in the NFL or anything, so maybe that's my reason for that. But
Well, if anybody doesn't know, Brian Culp is actually on the depth chart behind Robbie Gold when it comes to place kickers. So
anytime if he messes up, Kyle just sends out the bat signal, and I'm there.
yes, sir. The 49er bat signal. Yeah. David, you got anything on that? No pressure. All right, cool. Anthony says the Commanders put out the blueprint for beating Philly. They ran the ball down their throats. Yeah, man.
They really did.
Exactly. They really did. They're a top 4 defense. One of the things that's been talked about is Philly struggles against top defenses. Commanders are that. They're top 5, number 4 in the league. At least they were when we faced them, and they beat Philly. So let me double check. I forget the score right now.
Yeah,
So
they gave them their first loss too.
32-21. So the Commanders put up some offense as well. It wasn't just a defensive game. You got to put pressure on Jalen Hurts to score, man. So that's going to be a thing too, man. If we can get out to an early lead and put pressure, consistent pressure on Hurts to have to score and put him in obvious passing situations where we can contain him in the pocket is going to, even I've talked about when Brock Purdy and Jalen Hurts played in 2019, Brock Purdy looked like the better true quarterback back then. So make him play true quarterback, and then we'll really see how big of an MVP he is. Truly. CG says a close game, we should be able to run the ball effectively. Well, I think so, man. I think CG is right about that. Like I said, everybody go check out CG Ruthless, man. Permaculture now says if they cheat down safety help to plug the middle of their field a bit, I hope we take a few deep shots to Danny Gray. Yeah, man. And really to anybody, Ray McLeod, Brandon Ayuk, Juwan Jennings, we finally saw it, man. I've been saying throw in some 50-50 passes. We've been seeing it more out of late. We've seen more of that as of late to Juwan Jennings, deep passes, man. He's a really physical wide receiver. He's big in stature, bigger than typically the corner he's facing, which would be the nickel corner. So, yeah, man, take those deep shots, even if it's not to Danny Gray every now and then, but pick your spots, man, wisely. Pick your spots wisely. And Brian, I didn't get your take on it, but I said it'd be actually really cool if we didn't pass a single time on the first drive. If we were able to set the tone by just running it down their throats and score a touchdown all the way down the field, I think it would really demoralize their defense.
Most definitely. If it's working, just keep doing it. I don't care if we win by 100 or if we win by 3, 1. I don't care. I want to win. So if we're running it down their throats and the defense is getting tired and staying on the field, that was one of those things I really liked about Jimmy G. 10-minute drives, 12-minute drives, 11 plays, taking a whole quarter out, I mean, how can you win? I don't care if we're only scoring 21 points or 14 points, not 14 points or 24 points a game. If you have the ball for like 45 minutes and the team keeps going 3 and outs, and that's keeping our defense healthy, everything. So run it down their throats. And like you said, a lot of people didn't understand that. They didn't see the clip or whatever, because I think it was on the side. Kyle Juszczyk went up to Kyle Shanahan and was like, we want to run the ball. And, there was like a committee of them. So they ran the ball against the Cowboys. And guess what? The Niners got physical, dominated, and played Niner ball.
Yeah. Yeah. The players were telling Kyle Shanahan, like, hey, we don't want to get cute, man. We don't want all this motion, all the fancy shit. Let's just line up I formation and run it down their damn throats. Nothing fancy.
Just like just exactly like that. If they would have moved Trent Williams last year in the division game, and he went in a motion and he didn't have to get set. Jimmy G would have done the quarterback sneak. It would have been a first down. Dallas would have had the ball. So sometimes like getting cute and stuff like that. I mean, I get it. You know, you got formations and there's all these different people on the team and on the field at one time, and they can run different personnel all at the same time. But sometimes you just gotta play football, you know. And like we are a blue collar team, and I know a lot of people they don't like that. They don't like that we can't score, you know, 1,000,000 points, or we're not a passing team or a running team. And we were a running team that sets up the pass. And at that point, then we have our yards after catch because we don't have the most prolific quarterback, but we got players that can get the ball and then do something with it. So it's going to be great, Wolf. It's really going to be great. Let's run that ball.
Yeah, bro. And the NFC, this is something that's been talked about is if you guys, us as fans of the NFL, fans of watching football, if you like more defensive games, the NFC game is the game for you. The NFC is going to be two teams that are super physical, great defense, and run the ball.
And maybe just for that same reason, that's the reason we're the morning game. Because I think maybe tonight they're going to be a little bit more explosive. I do think the Bengals and the Bills are going to be both putting up 30-something points against each other's. The Bengals and the Chiefs. I'm sorry, because the Bills they didn't make it. No.
Yeah, if Patrick Mahomes is as healthy as some people think he is, then and that's what I'm saying. The AFC over there is probably going to be a way more offensive game, not so great for the defense. But hey, we've been surprised before. It could very well go the opposite. Could be like
expect us to put up like 30-something points against the Seahawks, and we had the biggest score that week in playoffs. So
the last one against the Seahawks, I think we scored 42, didn't we?
Okay,
42-21 or some shit like that.
We had the biggest the biggest score in the playoffs at that week.
Oh yeah, straight up. That's when Brock Purdy was beating Joe Montana's playoff records as a rookie, and Joe Montana at the time was a third-year vet. So that's crazy stuff, man. But I don't know how much of it was the third time around facing a division opponent, especially it being the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Oh my God, imagine if we were facing the Cardinals a third time. That probably would have been like a 52-13 game or some shit. Any thoughts, David?
I just think we need to play our game. Do what we do. Play defense and run the ball. You know,
Yes, sir.
Brock Purdy, when it comes to pressure situations, he's always been poised. I 100% of like what I've seen out of the kid so far. And a lot of people are like, oh, Jalen Hurts is so much better. That rookie QB's your defense is what the Eagles fans are saying. And at this point, over the last 7 games, they have very similar numbers, Hurts and Purdy. Purdy has a 20-point advantage when it comes to QB rating, 4 more touchdowns and 1 less INT. So if we're giving an edge to a QB, I have to give the edge to my guy, Purdy, Mr. Relevant.
Yeah.
He's not hurt. He's not hurt. And Jalen, I know they say, oh, and then some people are saying, oh, so is he hurt or is he not hurt? Right? Oh, he's not hurt. That's why he's he's playing. No, he's playing because he knows this is his chance to make it to the Super Bowl. So if he's 50% or 80%, you know, it's his decision. He's going out there. But I've been seeing him throw a lot of sidearm, and I don't know if that's just his mechanics or if that's because of the injury, but I'd like to see him, you know, over the top. So I don't know. Maybe he's not hurt. We'll see. Maybe he is. So we'll see. And
after what happened with Gardner Minshew, when he stepped in, I don't think Jalen Hurts is very confident in leaving it in his hands.
But Minshew did good that one game though too, didn't he? He put up like 38 points against the Cowboys or something.
Yes and no.
I think he put up 34 points against the Cowboys, but the Cowboys still put up a 40 burger on their defense.
Yeah, and that was basically only because the Cowboys were getting so many turnovers from the Eagles offense. So the Eagles put up those points, but they gave up like 5 turnovers, I think it was.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I like Minshew, man. He's out there rocking the mustache. He's got the cut off jeans. I mean, if we could get him, make him our third stringer, I mean, that could be it.
yeah, he kind of reminds me of like America.
Right?
Yeah.
Uncle Rico or something, right?
Oh no. Ronnie Dobbs. Damian Lee or SOT production says, I want to see the 49ers versus Chiefs in a Super Bowl 54 matchup. Yeah, that'd be badass, man. I would love revenge on the Chiefs. We'll see though, guys. Let me know if you guys got any thoughts on that. Damian Lee says, I want to see a Niner flea flicker. And that's something I've been waiting for too, man. With the guys that we have, that'd be really cool. And even
when it comes to the Super Bowl rematch, I'm not worried about that right now. I'm worried about one thing, and that's the game in front of us. One game at a time.
One game at a time. Love it, David.
Jeez. I didn't say it. No, just kidding.
No, I'm saying it.
No, but I feel you.
I've been saying it. We keep saying it back and forth, and like every chat we're going to, it's like everybody's getting super hyped, and it's like, hey, we still got to play today, you know?
Yeah. Let's bring us back down to earth real quick. The caretaker says Tua was being talked about as an MVP candidate until he played us. I know injuries played a part, but he wasn't injured versus us, and he looks scared. I think we deploy a similar game plan against Hurts. Yeah, man. I think so. And that's great reason to have confidence, guys. We played that game at home. The Dolphins were on the road. This time we're on the road, so we'll see how it pans out. 559er says, correction, Ahmad Brooks was 55, also going back to your last stream. Yeah, man. I said I remember Ahmad Brooks being 55. I go back to my last stream. I said that, but my co-host, I think he thought Ahmad Brooks were a different number. That's all I was like, okay, 559er, that's why he had the 55 jersey on the thing right there. He says, I think BA, Ray, and CMC will have big games to squeak out a win. That'd be cool, man. I could see it going any which way, but I just think the physicality of Debo and Juwan Jennings are gonna. But BA, he always comes up with something, man. He always does something on the offense that helps us out. This was something that I was going to bring up earlier that you were talking about, Brian, with Brock Purdy's poise and the way he takes command of the players, like the receivers when they don't finish their routes. And he tells Brandon Ayuk in the Seahawks game when he missed that deep post because Brandon Ayuk stopped mid-route. He's like, fucking finish your route.
Yeah, I mean,
he yelled at him,
man. All you got to do is run, turn left, turn right, you know. That's it. You know, when the ball comes your way, catch it. That's your job. You know, I got to take the ball from another guy's hands, drop back. I got like 8 guys trying to come and tackle me. I got to look at 5 other guys who's open or not open and decide where I'm going to get rid of the ball. Just run your route, bro. Just run your route. I'm going to do my job. You do your job. You know, I mean, I love Purdy. He's got that. And then bring up really quick. Debo dropped it, catch in the end zone last week, and so did Brandon Ayuk.
Yep.
Yeah, Purdy's playing, and he's throwing the ball. And Debo laid out for the ball. It hit it, you know, boom, should have caught it. And same thing with Ayuk in the corner, should have caught it. You know, the game could be a lot different if our guys catch the ball today.
Yeah, exactly. Gotta first and foremost, you got to catch the ball, then you can worry about running as well.
That's right.
Yeah, got to catch it first, which is, you know, something like
guys. I'm pumped, guys. I'm super pumped. It's getting closer.
Lockett gets flack for that, man. He catches the ball and he goes down. We don't want that exactly, but you want to make sure you secure the catch first. Huxley, us against the world. I love it. It's just me against the world, baby.
That's right. You're realistic.
Jay Realistic, what's good, Team Cali? My dog, let's kill them birds. Hell yeah, baby. Like I said, guys, we're going to close out the show pretty soon. If you guys have any specific comments or questions specifically for us so we could get to it quickly, please throw 4 flame emojis in your comment or question so we can get to it quick and then close out the show. David Villa, what's up, man? And he says, let's get this win, amigos. Woo! I think that woo was dragged out a little longer. 420 subs. Woo woo, light it up. Hell yeah, baby. Blaze it. Niners, best in the world. Hell yeah, baby. Purdy boy, the truth. Hell yeah, man. I hope so. I hope he puts all those Eagles fans on notice today, man, in a positive way. And Tommy Huxley,
Yes. Yes. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I did see it.
what, Shanahan?
Yes, he's running up this. He's running up the stairs, and they got music going, and they get up there, and they're all jumping around, and it was the imitation Shanahan, the imposter, the Shanahan imposter.
Oh
It's good.
man.
Man, hey, we got to dial it down a little bit. I mean, like, there's a lot of hype, and we should believe in our team and stuff like that. But hey, you guys pointing your fingers and saying, pump your chest. Let's stay proud. Remember, next week, if we lose, you guys come back because we're faithful. Win or lose, we're still the Niners, and we're not going to break our TVs. We're not going to do all that other crazy crap. So, you can, give it to the Eagles right now in Philadelphia. Tell them, but remember, win or lose, we're Niner fans.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Straight up, man. Yeah, I haven't seen the video yet, but I've seen the Kyle Shanahan impersonator at other games and taking pictures with people and stuff like that.
It was so funny. He's got the sheet, the play sheet. He's running up. He's got the hat. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll send you it. I'll send it to you.
Hell yeah. Jesse Lopez, man. I gotta bring this one up because I think I recognized this name from, I think it was Grant's channel. I've seen in the comments before. And I I think I sent it to my little brother because Jesse Lopez was actually my little cousin's name. And my little cousin, we're just a few years apart, but we have the same exact birthday, July 5th. Our birthday's on the same day. Me and him were super close, man. And me and him were the two biggest Niner fans in the family. Like, we're diehard Niner fans, but he passed away a couple years ago, man. So when I saw this name in one of the comments in the streams, I screenshotted it and I sent it to my little brother. I was like, man, dude, this is crazy right now. I forget what the something was happening in the show, and it was just like, it was weird. So hate to put you on the spot, man, but thanks for being here. It's cool because I've seen that name. I think it was in Grant's stream, like I said, man, and it tugs at the heartstrings because that was my little cousin's name, and we're super close. David Villa says, line from 300, slaughter them. This is, yeah, the Eagles are definitely, they're the Persians in this one, man. We got Niner Fanatic podcast in here as well. Says, let's get it. 49ers will be victorious. Everybody go check out Niner Fanatic podcast as well. Pete Lucas over there got a good thing going on. He's a really cool dude, man. Go check him out. And we got the resident Rams fan is in here. SC 49ers don't have a good record in big games. Allegedly.
Hey, that's all right. But Jim, you come back next time, all right? Win or lose, you come back. All right? Make sure you hit the like button too and subscribe.
Yeah, guys, everybody, please like and subscribe before you go. Please, I would really appreciate it, man. We're gonna close out the show in a second. We don't have too many specific comments or questions for us. Let me see if Jim Everett had anything else. He said, you can Debo dropping passes. That's a big shock. Butterfield bros. This guy. Oh, no.
Jim, where's your team at? Where's your team at?
Wait. Oh yeah, I didn't hear anything.
Oh, that's right.
But no, Jim, you keep that energy. Come back next week, or whenever, and make sure you
post game.
Yeah.
Just Jim Everett. Let's talk about it after the game. Post game, our post game press conference. Jesse Lopez says, "Let's go Niners, brothers." Hey, Saints fan rooting for the Niners. Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, I remember you tapping in not too long ago as well. I think it was against the Cowboys. Yeah, it was against the Cowboys, man. So thanks for coming back in. Really appreciate it. Jesse Lopez says, sorry for your loss, brother. Your primo is with you. Yeah, man. He is. He really is. I'm going to have a tribute show at some point, probably on our birthday, since we share the same birthday. Probably put up a picture of him. But yeah, man, he would have loved something like this, man. Of course, us being in the NFC Championship, but us doing a show, I know he would have been a co-host of mine. he was he used to listen to a lot of Colin Cowherd when he was driving around. The 49ers takes. The caretaker says Jim a major troll. He was always talking crap even after we beat the last. I know, man. He always supports us though. But did Sean McVay quit yet? No, he did not. But yeah, who dat Jacob says no more flying Eagles. And Jesse Lopez says, let's go Niners. I think that's a good note. If you guys have any final thoughts, let's get your predictions from right to left with David, if we could, man. Can we get your prediction for the game?
I've predicted a score of 23-20, and I honestly think we're going to win by 3. I don't know how accurate that numbers prediction is going to be, but we're going to find out here shortly.
Yes, sir. Brian?
All right, I'm sticking with this number. And again, if it's not the number, it's not the number. It's just my prediction. I think 31-17 Niners, but I think the score could be either way. I think the Eagles could score that on us, or we could score that on us. I think it just depends, again, on a blown assignment, missed coverage, or a huge, huge play, special teams or something. But I think the Niners are going to win this 31-17. I think the game's going to be very close going into halftime. Then we're going to come out, make our second team halftime adjustments, and Niners are going to be winning the game. We're winning the game. We're going to the Super Bowl, and we're winning the Super Bowl. But we're winning this game first, one game at a time.
Hell yeah, baby. David Villa says, sorry for your loss, brother. Wolf, it's never easy. Lost my brother, 2014. RIP, miss you, bro. Yeah, man, I feel you, man. My heart goes out to you as well. This kid was like a brother to me. We're closer than anybody, so it was super crazy, especially so young and as close as we were. So it was fucking ridiculous. But yeah, man, David Villa, thanks, man, and my heart goes out to you as well. I feel you big time. Who dat Jacob says Niners gonna win. Yeah, let's get that. The caretaker says 34-20 Niners. Yeah, that'd be, I think that'd be nice. That's better than my score prediction. We got this. Niners will dominate the Eagles. I think so, man. I think the 49ers, a lot of people are scared, and the 49ers are supposed to be the underdogs, and so that worries people. But I feel very confident that the 49ers will go and outclass the Eagles, out-physical them. 49ers have been here before. The Eagles haven't faced anybody like the Niners at all whatsoever. So I think it's going to be a shock for the Eagles more so than the Niners. So that's how I see it. Not everybody sees it that way, but that's why I feel confident, man. Mitchell inactive. No way, man. I saw he was questionable, but oh my God.
Groin injury.
That is crazy. Whenever somebody is day-to-day, that's like an automatic expectation for them to play. So if he was just listed as inactive, that's a complete shock to me right now.
That's probably why Coleman got activated.
Yeah. So we're probably going to see JP Mason. Now, who gets the third slot? Coleman or TDP? That's going to be, dang.
Either way,
is Drake Jackson active? Because this is a game we could definitely use him.
Yeah, it is, man. That I have. Let's find out, guys. Let's find out real quick.
I want Kinlaw to go off. Come on, this is your job, bro. You got to make it. Kinlaw needs to have a statement game.
Yeah,
shout out Mook
He really does, because I was wondering if he even played in last week's game, but
I said that too, David. I said it too, and then I was like, if your knee's okay, you should be able to be pushing like these guys. And was he on a snap count or something? I don't know, but I'm not very happy.
I still see Elijah Mitchell as questionable. I don't. I gotta look that up. I don't. I think it was the caretaker that said it. Let me know where you saw that.
Yeah, and Kerry Hyder needs to step up today too.
All those guys, man. Everybody, even Bosa, everybody on the D line really needs to make a difference today, man. It can't just be Bosa. He's probably going to get double teamed. Hopefully we could get some holding calls. We don't always get that. Some favorable holding calls. So, yeah, man, everybody's got to help Bosa out today. Let me see if I could find it real quick, guys, because I don't see Elijah Mitchell being out for this game. I see questionable still.
Hey, either way, maybe we should just rest the guy, or maybe, if CMC is doing what he needs to do, just let CMC play. I don't know.
That's a groin, man. I've strained my groin before. That ain't shit.
Uh,
It's not like your legs are gonna fall apart or something.
yeah,
I mean,
I've done the same thing, and I have a reoccurring injury, and it's not fun. And you can't lift, you can't push too much, and sometimes you do have difficulty walking and stuff like that. But if he's having a difficulty walking, they should have already put him on the not playing, out. So for him to
yeah.
still be questionable as of today, I think
According to DraftKings Nation, Eli Mitchell is inactive.
he's
Mm.
inactive. Okay.
Well,
Yes.
I mean, the positive from there, the light at the end of the tunnel is I feel really good about JP Mason, and
Mhm.
there's not a whole lot of film on him. So
Nope.
there's that too. I think Tevin Coleman's going to get the third slot. The
Watch him
veteran.
get some dump off.
TDP is inactive, and Drake Jackson's also inactive. Ambry Thomas, Ross Dwelly, Eli Mitchell, Nick Zekel, and Jimmy G.
So wait, our backs are what?
Okay.
CMC and Coleman.
CMC, Coleman, and JP Mason.
What about TDP?
He
Inactive.
is inactive.
Oh shit, that's crazy.
And Drake Jackson's inactive. So wow. Okay, guys. Time to lace them up, strap them up, and
No Ross Dwelly today either.
I don't know. I don't know
Tyler
if I like
Croft is
that.
back in there.
I like
Well,
Dwell.
Tyler Croft is a better blocker, so maybe that's a sign of what we're about to
Yeah,
do.
exactly. Yeah. So that
I
makes
like
sense.
Dwell.
I understand that. I just man,
Dwelly's my guy on special teams. I'm sorry. I like Dwelly.
I'm confident about Tevin Coleman. Yeah, Dwelly's awesome, man, in a lot of ways. You're right. Special teams is a good one to bring up. Jesse Lopez says my little brother Vincent Lopez died about 10 years ago and he was a Raiders fan. He is always with me. I feel you, man. My heart goes out to you as well. And that's always unfortunate. There's some bullshit. I hate when that stuff happens. 41-10 for Niners.
I hope that score comes true. That'd be nice, but I'm seriously thinking it's going to be one of those nail biters.
49-6 would be awesome. 2 field goals, no touchdowns.
That would be really awesome. Really, really awesome.
Yeah, the caretaker brought up the ESPN. Yeah, I saw it already, man. I found it now on the 49ers website. Inactives, CMC is good to go. Elijah Mitchell's out. Ross Dwelly's out. TDP is out. No Drake Jackson again. Oh, my God. I don't understand that, but I think just because they have so many defensive ends that they have to add some of the defensive tackles and Drake Jackson sit out because you got Ebicom,
And how the guy bats balls down, it just doesn't make sense to me while they're not activating him.
Yeah. Well, it seems like I don't know. Maybe they feel really good about containing Hurts today, so maybe they just want more powerful guys that can kind of bull rush a little more, like I was talking about collapsing the pocket. So we'll see. Go ahead.
I'm getting nervous because it's like like you were saying and David's saying, we got some players that could be helping us out, and they're going with players that maybe they're just feeling more comfortable with. Like Tevin Coleman again. Okay, they really want to get him a Super Bowl ring, and it's like
That dude's a baller, man.
Yeah, he's a baller. He's a good player. I'm not going to say he's not, but
For what he is.
Yeah, for his age and what they can count on for, and he's got experience. So yeah, I mean, I hope that's my game. That's my player. I'm changing it. Tevin Coleman. He's going to score a touchdown today. He's going to go off, and the victory is through him today.
I'm telling you, man. Tevin Coleman, and he can look at that 50-50
Shanahan will favor the veteran over the rookie every time.
Yep,
we all know that. And that's hey.
I don't think so, man.
Spencer Burford. Spencer Burford. There's a rare one.
outside of like the first games of the season, JP Mason's been favored over everybody else. Outside, favored over TDP and Tevin Coleman, as
Man,
well
Well,
as
we're about to find out because the CMC ain't going to be carrying the ball 35 times.
no, but
So
Mason can do it. Mason can do it.
yeah, we're about to find out. I hope they feed that kid the ball. I mean, look at what he's done in his
Mason's
limited
been
snap.
Mason's been getting the ball over Tevin Coleman, and I think that's going to continue to happen. It's going to be the JP Mason and CMC show with JP Mason and I don't know. We'll probably see Tevin Coleman closing the game out. I think that's the way it's going to play out. But Donald, or wait, let me go back to Bebop's comment. He says, everybody replay that IU hurdle over an Eagle. Oh, yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. Why aren't we still utilizing that guy? He's a yak bro as well, man, in a different way. He just evades tackles better. Where's the other comment I was getting to? This dude, Donald McIntosh, I
Mighty
don't know,
pleasant.
says F the Niners. We're gonna bend you over and F you. How about that? Brad Moberly says Tevin Coleman is on the downhill slop. He played very good at the beginning of the season for us, man. So
Yep,
he's a little older. What was that?
He's become Mr. Reliable when we need him.
Yeah, exactly. When we need him, he steps up. But he doesn't have as much pep in his step as these younger guys, but he's really good for who he is, man. And he's really solid for us. So I feel really confident in him being active today. JP Mason stepping up. Like you said, Brian, Kinlaw, that dude he needs to have a game today, man. No excuses. Play like this is your last game, dude, because it very well could be if you don't have a good game. If you don't make your presence known on the field today, Javon Kinlaw, this might be
Mook
it for you.
Listen, Mook Dog. All right. You act like that's Grant Cohn on the other side or whatever you got to do. You play like this. You got a family, you don't want them taking food out of your mouth or anything or your kid's mouth. You play. 70-year-old knee, 80-year-old knee, tape it up. I love much respect to you. If you're watching this ever, I just want you to play as best as you can play and dominant. Dominant. We want to see you here next year. If you don't come to play today, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah. You got to be Mook Dog today, man.
Just like the Rocky movies, man. Rocky was training, and he tells Apollo Creed tomorrow. Yep. Apollo Creed tells him there is no tomorrow. So there you go, Javon Kinlaw. There is no tomorrow. I hope you watch some Rocky movies to get pumped up for this game because the 49ers are Rocky Balboa going to Apollo Creed's house in the championship, man. So we're closing out the show, guys. I really appreciate everybody tapping in today, man. Big thank you to my co-hosts today, David McNiner and Brian Culp, who will be starting their own show pretty soon. We're waiting on it. I think it's going to be called Kicker Tuesdays. Correct me if I'm wrong. But
so like really quickly, I will be starting a show. It's going to be probably later here soon, but it'll be later than sooner. My show's name is going to be Bryant Culp, but I'm going to have a segment on my show. It'll be like early Tuesdays, and it'll be either a video or it'll be a call-in show, and it'll be called Kicker Tuesday. We're going to have a little bit of parody, a little bit of fun talking about kickers in the league and special teams, but overall, it's going to be a Niner channel. It's going to be something somewhere like what Rombo, if you guys have ever seen Rombo, where people can call in, talk a little bit, and we're going to get you off the air. I'm going to try to do a panel of people where we can kind of just talk. And it's not going to just be talking to me because maybe you don't want to just talk to me. But that's my idea for my show. So
right on,
we'll
man.
be coming soon.
The caretaker says, thank you for the content, you three. Hey, man, thank you to you guys, man. You guys make it all possible. I really appreciate it, man. And shout out to the chat. Bang, bang. We beat the Eagles last year.
Yep.
Goat turquoise white horns, goat turquoise white horns, McNew and Brian. Yeah, guys. If you guys have any final thoughts, go ahead. We're gonna close out the show.
Real quick, shout out to the chat. Thanks, guys, for coming in. See you guys everywhere. Appreciate you guys. You guys are the true faithful. This is the reason people get on and do these kind of things because the interaction from everyone. And without you guys, we just talking to ourselves. So again, Thank you. Go faithful, stay faithful. Go Niners. Let's get this
Yeah.
one.
LFG 49ers. It's time to walk in that dump they call a stadium and walk out of there with the W.
Yep.
Confidence is the name of the game, guys. You guys get confident, get rowdy, puff your chest for this game, man. Let's go ball out. Go Niners. Everybody have a
Niners.
great, safe day, but let's ball out.
All right.